Okay, I'm back. um, I don't even know where I was. Anyway, so I have my second sleep study to do tonight, which, you know, I didn't enjoy the first one. I'm not going to enjoy this one. It's a Saturday. Today is a Saturday. I probably won't make it to church in the morning because I just came home and pretty much crashed after the last one. So I have a feeling in the morning I'll just be coming home and trying to wind down a little bit, and then I'll just be going straight to bed. And last time I slept till noon, so I was really exhausted. So, and tonight I'll be on a CPAP machine, and who knows what that's going to be like. So anyway, and then on Wednesday I have my nutrition consult and my psych eval. So I'm kind of nervous about the psych eval. I've never gone to see a psychiatrist before. I probably should have. Everybody, I'm sure, has things in their past that we could all use talking to a professional about, but I've just never done it, and it kind of, I've heard horror stories about the, 70 pages, not really 70, but really long questionnaires, and so anyway, I'm not really looking forward to it, but I'll do whatever I have to do to have the surgery. And for my insurance to cover it is just that much better because it would take me quite a while to save up the amount of money that I'd need to pay for it out of pocket. So, um, anyway, so we made the decision, and now it's finally January of 2011, and I am actually getting the ball rolling, and I'm really excited about it. Really, really, really excited. Okay, so let's go ahead and do stats, I guess. I guess I have lost some weight this week. Um, Starting right after Christmas, I decided that it was time to start making some changes. So I cut out soda, which that has been hard because I really like my drinks flavored, and I like the bubbly. So that's been kind of difficult for me to give it up completely. But I've done really well. I went to diet soda for about a week. I bought a 2 liter of diet soda for about a week, and then starting January 1st, I was done. I'm not drinking soda anymore. If we stop at a fast food place, which that has greatly dwindled since, I don't know, a month or so, um, I'll get lemonade or something like that, but I won't drink the soda, which is, it's been hard. I won't lie. Anyway, um, um, so I've done that. Okay, so my very heaviest weight was actually um, just a couple weeks ago. I got on the scale for the first time in a little while, and I weighed 295. I'm not thrilled with that number. I don't know who would be. I guess a very large man might be. A football player, maybe. But not a 5'7" woman, which is what I am. I'm 5'7" tall, and 295 pounds is crazy. So, anyway, when I got on the scale yesterday, I weighed 290. So I think my higher protein diet and cutting out the simple carbs and no soda uh, has all helped to help me get off 5 pounds this week. So yay for me. Hopefully I can keep saying that I'm still losing weight. We'll see how it goes. I've not really had very good, obviously, I weigh 290 pounds, and obviously I've had struggles with dieting, and part of it's because it's not successful. I'm not successful. I'll lose a little bit here, a little bit there. Something else about me, I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I do have 2 girls, a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, and medically speaking, we shouldn't have conceived either of them because right after my husband and I were married, 12 years ago, 12 and a half years ago, almost 13, I started gaining weight. And um, I actually got pregnant with my first daughter on birth control pills. And nobody believed me. And it really was true. Even my doctor was questioning me, and I was like, I don't know how else to tell you. I missed a few, and I got pregnant. And she said, well, it's not completely effective if you don't take it like you're supposed to. And I said, well, I know, but really? Anyway, so I was like, well, whatever. We had a beautiful daughter. We were very excited after my husband and I got over the initial shock that I was pregnant. We love her. We're excited to have her in our lives. She's been a joy to us. And then, but we thought we were super fertile people. And then 3 years later, we decided to start trying for our second child. And it was a year of me not ovulating at all. I didn't ovulate at all. Even through a round of fertility drugs, still didn't ovulate. And I actually ended up ovulating on my own um, right at a year, when we had been trying a year, and I got pregnant. My doctor and I both thought I had not ovulated. I took medication to end my cycle, and my cycle did not end, and I ended up taking a pregnancy test, and because I knew she was going to ask me. I didn't want to take it. I knew I wasn't pregnant. I mean, about fell off the toilet seat when that second line came up, and it came up fast because I was about 6 weeks pregnant by the time I found out that I was pregnant. So, fast forward a year from then, and we started trying for our third. And we've been trying for our third for 5 years now. And it's part of the decision making process for having weight loss surgery. I couldn't do it to myself anymore. I'm not having a cycle at all. I know, TMI, I'm sorry for any of you guys watching. I don't have one at all unless it's induced. I started taking fertility drugs regularly. Every time I would take them, I'd gain, 5 or 10 pounds, and it stuck. I mean, I was ruining my body, ruining it. And I couldn't do it anymore. Every time I got off of them, I felt terrible. And I finally told my husband back in October, I said, this has got to be the last round of fertility drugs that we ever do. And he was like, well, why? I mean, what's your reasoning? And I said, because my body can't take it anymore. And it doesn't want to get pregnant. It does not want to get pregnant at this weight. And I have to respect that. I have to respect that God and my body are both saying no. And if that means that we don't have any more children, then that means we don't have any more kids. But I've got to do something to be healthy. I mean, that's got to be the bottom line. I would love if after the surgery, a year after the surgery, and we start trying to get pregnant again, or not preventing anymore, if that we got pregnant, I would be thrilled. And so would my husband. We'd just be over the moon. Even though we'll have a 7-year-old as our youngest, and then a new baby, we would be thrilled. But that is not why I decided to do this surgery. If I never get pregnant again, we don't have any more children, and we have the 2 girls that we have now, I am perfectly happy with that. So, that happened. And then the other reason that led me to decide this was back in September, we had our 3rd trip to Disney World. I love Disney World. It is my happy place. And I've never been so heavy. I weighed 200 and probably 50 pounds, 50-ish pounds, the first time we went in 2004, but I was 6 months pregnant with my youngest. And so I was slower. My ankles started swelling. I didn't feel so great, but I was 6 months pregnant. So I kind of expected that. On our second trip, I had gotten my weight down to about 235. And that was in 2007. And I had a good time. I had a good time. I fit into everything. I was tired, but I had a great time. I could do everything that we wanted to do. I didn't hurt really. Um, but this last trip, I was pushing 290. And oh my goodness, the difference that those 60 pounds made. Oh my goodness, I was miserable. This past September of 2010, we went with my aunt and uncle and cousin and my husband's parents and his sister and brother-in-law, and then the four of us went, and I was the tour guide, I was the leader. I planned everything out, all of our dinners and all of our touring plans and everything, because I love that. And we got there and I was miserable. I loved being with everyone. I was physically miserable. My feet hurt the entire time. I just wanted to chop them off. My knees, my back, I was miserable. And I had an anxiety attack when we got on the plane, because I thought, this is going to be the trip that I get on this plane and I can't get the seatbelt buckled. And I'm going to have to ask for an extension. And nobody wants to be the person that has to ask for a seatbelt extension. Nobody does. And I sat down and I thought, okay. And I kind of buckled it, stretched it all the way out, and I buckled it, and it barely fit. I mean, barely fit. And I breathed a sigh of relief, and my uncle, who was over 6 feet tall, sat next to me, and then my youngest daughter sat on the other side. And I immediately lifted the armrest between me and my daughter so that I could scoot over so that my fat didn't bulge over the armrest into my uncle's space. And it was at that moment that I knew that something's got to change. So when we came home from Disney World, I immediately went on Weight Watchers. And I lost 10, 15 pounds, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And we immediately started a new round of fertility treatments. So I was trying to diet, and I was pumping my body full of hormones. And that round of fertility treatments didn't work. I did not get pregnant. And it was at that moment that I told my husband, I said, I've got to do it. We have got to invest in my health. Otherwise, you're going to be a single parent. And I'm going to die. And I can't, and this isn't living. This isn't living. So that's a little bit about me. I think this has gotten to be way too long. I may have to get a timer. So anyway, thank you to everyone that I've already subscribed to. Banded Wendy and Julia and Lauren, and I know I haven't made any comments on any of your vlogs, but you've been so inspirational to me and such an encouragement without you even knowing that you have been, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait until I can be on the other side of surgery, and I can be eating better and feeling better and losing weight and doing some before and after pictures. And I have some before pictures. I may do a little something right before I have surgery, but if you'll pray that everything goes well and smoothly and my insurance just, accepts everything and approves it all, and that we can get this ball rolling, I would really appreciate it. And thank you so much for letting me join the club. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.